how's it going? This is Hoiman, and I think overall this week has been a bit better for me. But first of all, mainly for this week, I've just been continuing my book, and I've just recently completed another read through of it, and yeah, overall I've added quite a bit more parts here and there just to kind of fill in some gaps and kind of develop the characters a bit more, but I still have some ideas I'd like to add in, so I'll probably give it one or two more read throughs, and yeah, hopefully it will be complete mostly and see how it goes from there. So I mentioned last week how I basically really wanted Lloyd Irving to join Smash Brothers as a playable character, and I mentioned last week and a few weeks before that I was just getting really depressed, and I just felt really low and had a lot of huge overwhelming anxiety build up inside me because I kept really hoping that Lloyd will join Smash Brothers through a DLC character, and it was just overwhelming my whole mind and was really getting me down really. But I think after speaking about it last week on this channel, I feel that I've kind of like released it a bit. Like it kind of feels like I was just kind of bottling it up all the time and wouldn't really like talk about it or release it. But after talking about it last week, I do feel like quite a lot of the anxiety and weight has kind of lifted. It just feels more relieving, I guess you could say, to finally just talk about it, release all my feelings and anxiety. And yeah, I think overall, even though I wasn't expecting it, I think it has actually helped. So I guess in some cases, just talking about it and releasing it can help in some situations, especially when you suffer from mental health and stuff. But aside from that, I've also been talking to a supporter of this channel, and yeah, they basically just gave me some advice about the whole issue with the Lloyd joining Smash, and yeah, just gave me some advice to kind of learn to let it go and just kind of move on from it and try not to dwell on it overall really. So I guess overall, talking about it last week and also talking to a supporter on this channel has helped me feel quite a bit better this week. So overall, I'd just like to say a special thank you to that person, and yeah, overall I'm doing quite a bit better this week. But I'm still not like overly happy or anything. Like I'm still getting a lot of the intrusive thoughts and voices and stuff, and yeah, it just keeps clouding my mind 24/7 really. Like it just always brings me down, adds a lot of weight and anxiety to my mind and body, and it just makes me feel really unmotivated, really low, and just easily stressed really. It's still just been telling me a lot of negative things, and yeah, just bad things will happen to me or to people who are close to me. Saying things like it's my fault for something negative that happens. Like for example, when I see negative things on the news, the thoughts will sometimes say it's my fault because I didn't do a specific thing to prevent it. It just really boggles me down a lot, and yeah, it just having these intrusive thoughts and voices 24/7 just makes me really stressed, gives me a headache, makes me feel lightheaded, gets me dizzy, and just overall it's just not a great feeling. But you know, I'm still trying to cope. I'm still trying to use the techniques I've learned in the past, like things like not to listen to the thoughts or respond to them. But you know, that's a lot easier said than done. But yeah, I'm still just trying my best overall. And then to help with my intrusive thoughts and stuff, I've kind of gone back to playing with this, which is just to kind of keep my mind kind of focused on something else and kind of keep my mind a bit more busy, really. And basically what this is I'm sure you're aware what a Rubik's cube is, but this is basically a Rubik's snake, and it's basically just like a kind of puzzle thing that you can like create all sorts of shapes from. And it's basically just a bunch of triangles put together, and then you can just kind of do what you want to kind of create shapes from it. And although this is a very like not childish, but obviously this is made for kids, but for me it just kind of helps me kind of keep my mind a bit busy and kind of gives me something else to kind of focus on rather than the thoughts all the time. So just playing with these kind of like a few minutes a day, maybe a few times a day, it just kind of help with my mental health a bit, really. And then as well as the Rubik's snake, I've also been playing with the Rubik's magic as well, which to this day just blows my mind. And so like the Rubik's snake, I also got the Rubik's magic when I was a kid back in 2001, and to this day this Rubik's magic is just ingenious that it blows my mind. And basically what it is it's basically 8 squares and it creates a pattern on it, but it can fold to create different shapes. So basically you can fold it and then do this, and then it will come up with a different image, and that's just magical and just blows my mind. And you can even do stuff like this, fold it this way, and then it will create this kind of shape. And then you can do all sorts of different shapes, do this, and you can even go 3D, so create like a market. We can create like a skyscraper, and then it's just really magical, really. Like you can create mouse traps or create like a chair. And then I think the most, yeah, you can even do this, create a star. And then I mean this already blows my mind a lot, and I think the most impressive one is probably this one. So you have the basic kind of rings here as a shape, but then you can like create it even more. So you do this, fold it like this, and then fold it out, and then you just create the whole shape. And isn't that just mind-boggling? Like, how are these 2 squares able to move here? Like, it's just such an ingenious toy, and for something that was made back in 2001, even in 2021, I'm still just boggled by how this even works and how someone even came up with this kind of toy. It must have taken a lot of designing and thinking to make this a reality. But yeah, basically Rubik's Magic and Rubik's Cube, I've just kind of been tinkering with these on a daily basis, just for a few minutes a day, and overall it does kind of keep my mind a bit more busy, and yeah, it takes me back to my childhood days, and it just gives a little positivity in my day, really. Well, we're still in really tight lockdown, so I guess just stay home for most of the time, continue my book, and yeah, just try and see if there's something else I can find to kind of do throughout the day, really. Like, even if it's like hobbies or just other projects, I guess I can try and find something else to do just to kind of vary up my day and week a bit. What that is, I don't quite know yet, but I have to think about what to do during that time. So I guess that's pretty much it for this week, so hopefully I'll see you next Saturday. That's it for this video. My name is Hoiman, and please consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate it. And remember, always look forward, keep hope alive, and remember, you're somebody.